that good? That
Yeah.
work okay? Yeah, okay. Nothing not too messy in the background. We
So,
cannot see. Okay, what may I know your name, please?
yeah, you might call me Tiffany.
All right, nice to meet you, Tiffany. I'm Mike. I'm going to be your examiner today.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a mock speaking test of all three parts. Let me just turn on my recorder just for one moment, just in case your recording
Okay.
doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to give you a mock speaking test of all three parts. Now, before I start giving you the test, do you have any questions that you want to ask me?
Um, Actually, no, I don't have any questions.
All right, I just need to figure out how this works. Okay, yeah, I got it going now. Okay, excellent. So let's begin with part one of the test. Let's talk about what you're doing now. Are you working or studying?
I am a student now. I am studying English at a residential school. In Vietnam. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Why did you choose to study there?
Actually, before I went to University of Law, but then I dropped out of it and I didn't know what to do. So my sister told me that I should come here and study English because English is important to everyone nowadays. So that's why I came here and study
Thank
English.
you. Is it interesting?
Yeah, in some ways, not all of it. Uh, if it's natural, if when studying by watching films or reading newspapers, it's great. But if I have to study do a test, IELTS test, I hate it. It's too formal for me.
All right, thank you. Do you study better in the mornings or in the afternoons?
Um, I am an early bird, really. Yeah. So, my brain works better when I study in the morning, and so I prefer to study hard stuff like writing, IELTS writing in the morning, and so in the evening I just do something more relaxed, watching movies and reading newspapers.
All right, thank you. Are you looking forward to working?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to graduate this school in this April. So after that, I'm looking forward to find a job that related to English. Yeah, I don't have any detailed plan for myself about what I'm gonna do, but just a job related to English.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I'll give you some feedback on those questions that I just asked you. Okay, say for me the word like.
Like.
Like, yeah, that's perfect. Now, when you're saying it, sometimes it sounds like lake, like a lake, Lake.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's sounding like lake,
Okay.
and you're overusing this word. You're using this word a lot as a kind of filler. You're just putting it into places like you said, uh, like I'm going to graduate. So you
Yeah.
just want to say I'm going to graduate, right? When I like study. So you're just using like as a word like or something like that, and then you're mispronouncing it. So you want to work on the pronunciation, and you want to stop using that word. Okay, you're
Okay.
throwing in. We call that like a filler. It doesn't have any real meaning, and it can be a negative for your score for fluency. Okay, early bird. That's really good. So that's excellent. That's high level language. Um, you said a job. You said you wanted to get a job that related to English. That is related to English.
Okay.
a job that is related to English.
I see.
Okay, but that's a really good start so far. By the way, what score do you need to get to?
I'm looking forward to get a 6.5. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, so that's not too high. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're studying English, so that's going to help a lot. Okay, let's move on to discuss teachers. What kinds of teachers do you like?
The type of teacher that I like is are the ones that like really considerate, really like devoted to their teaching career. Like whatever, like whenever students have some problems, they always like try their best to like figure it out for students and help them like to achieve the best they can.
Thank you. Did you have a favorite teacher at high school?
I do. I did. I had a favorite teacher. She taught me English in high school, and because you know I was good at English in high school, so like we had a lot of chances to work together. So like the more time we spend together, like the more close to get together. So that's why I really like her.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to be a teacher in the future?
That's the question that I got asked a lot of times because but I don't actually I don't know. I actually I have chances. I had chances to teach several times, but I don't think it's for me. Like I prefer something like to use my hands to work more than like use my head. Like I think so.
Okay. Is teaching a popular job in your country?
Yeah, I think so. It is. Like there are a lot of teachers in Vietnam, especially nowadays English teachers. Yeah, there are a lot of English teachers, but not all of them are good. So I just want them. I hope that the quality of teachers in Vietnam will be better.
All right, thank you. There's no errors in there, so that's really good. You're really not making a lot of mistakes, so that's excellent. You said, I don't think it's for me. That's like idiomatic language. That's really good. So that helps to boost your score, right? So the examiner's not only looking for mistakes, they're looking for talent, and the more you can show high level language, the higher your score will go. Okay, I think you're doing an excellent job. Now let's talk about foreign food. Have you ever tried any foreign food?
Yeah, several times, just for several times, because you know I am studying at a residential school, so sometimes there are so foreigners come to like my school like to stay, and just 1 month ago, there's a couple friends. They come to like my school to stay for 2 days, and they cook some like dishes from France. And actually I didn't enjoy it so much, like because it's not as salty as Vietnam food, and like I prefer salty food. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What is your favorite foreign food?
um I think it's Thai food. Yeah. It's really famous, you know, and also I like it is the combination of a lot of flavors like spicy, salty, bitter, like sweet, and I just love it. Yeah.
What new kinds of food have you tried recently?
Yeah, that is French food. I already said to you. Yeah. Mm.
Okay, thank you. What kinds of foreign food are popular in your country?
I think it's Korean food. Yeah,
Mhm.
because Korea has like a great impact on Vietnamese people. Like because of social media, they have a lot of like idols, like singers, stars. So they dress like Korean people, Vietnamese like young people. They dress like Korean people. Or they also want to eat food like Korean people. So that's why it's popular.
Thank you. Okay, so just one error in there. You said they cook some dishes from France. You want to say they cooked,
Yeah.
past tense, right? So you just
Like
wanted past
I
tense.
am not familiar with using past tense, so it's yeah.
All right, and it can be tricky for the pronunciation because there's three ways to say the ed ending. That one's cooked, but we have a d ending like played, and then we have an ed ending like started. Okay, I'll try to remember. Let me just make a note of this. I'll give you something in the feedback to help you with the
Yes, that's it.
pronunciation of ed ending. Okay. And that'll help you to study and work on that. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have to work on that because it's kind of important, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on and talk about weekends. What do you usually do at the weekend?
Like I am just a normal person, so at the weekend I usually get up later than normal. So and like I usually watch movies and do housework. Um, like nothing special, but sometimes there is in some special occasions I go out with my friends like to grab some food for the dinner. Yeah, sometimes.
Thank you. What did you do last weekend?
Let's see. Last weekend I went to the town Giang Nghĩa Town in Đắk Nông province to help my teachers teach some uh, children English. Yeah, and it's kind of a memorable experience. Though I don't like teaching, but it's like useful for me. Like it makes me more patient.
Okay, thank you. What do you plan to do next weekend?
Next weekend, so I think the children is gonna like the children are gonna like be in our residential school this next weekend to study English. So maybe I'll uh, keep my work like teacher assistant like that to have my teachers at Hama teach the children. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay, so just a couple of little errors. When when you said usually, that second sound is like j, but I think you're saying it like z. So you're saying like usually, but usually. Just try that usually.
Usually.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, usually. Okay. I might have misheard it. It's possible. You said in special occasions, you want on special occasions.
Okay.
Right, we use on for days and dates. So
Okay.
on New Year's Day or on special occasions. Okay, so that's the end of the part one. On the whole, I think you've got a really high level of English. The pronunciation's really nice, and I'd be thinking that you'd be getting 7 or higher on your test. You should be able to get to 6.5, no problems, right? But anyway, let's keep going because that's only part one. We want to do part 2 and 3 and just see if any problems come out or, I might just have some more suggestions for you. So I'm going to give you the topic. Have you done the test before? Do you know what happens in part 2 of the test?
Yeah, I do. I do know.
All right, you do know. Okay, that's good. So I'm giving you a topic. I've put it into the chat. Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I see.
All right. So do you see the question that says describe a childhood friend of yours? Do you see that?
Yeah.
So you want to pick who this person is, and then you want to plan 4 main things to say about this person, 3 or 4 main things that you want to say about them. All right, so I'll give you 1 minute to prepare your answer.
Okay.
All right, can you start speaking now, please?
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna tell you about my child friend. She also my best friend. Yeah, she's the same age with me, and she's like from the same hometown with me too. We went to secondary school together. That's why we knew each other, and we studied in the same class for 4 years long. But it didn't take us that long to like get close to each other because we like almost immediately became best friends after entering secondary school because we have a lot of things in common. So she's kind of a shy and not a public person, so she hates going out. Sometimes I ask her to like go out with me, but she always says like come to my house. I'm lazy to go out. So the only thing that we do together is like come to her house, eat, and chat. I think that's all the stuff we do. Um, and I really love spending time with her. Like I just feel like we were born to be best friends. I when I am with her, I put my all my worries aside and just enjoy the time that we are together. And and so now we are far from each other. Like I'm somewhere in the north south of Vietnam, and she is studying university in my hometown. But we still keep in touch with each other, though it's once in a blue moon. But I am the only person that like trying to do that. Like uh, I FaceTime her, I text her, I call her, but like she never do that. I mean, she never does that, but it's okay to me. Like she's that kind of person, and and trust me, I have never been upset about it. Um,
All right, I'm going to stop you there just because the time's up. Okay, there's only a couple of errors. You said she's the same age with me. You want to say she's the same age as me.
okay.
All right, so same age as. We studied together. We studied. That's where you need that past tense again. But you did correctly use the past tense after that. So it's not like you can't use the past tense at all. You can use it, and maybe you don't even realize when you're using it, but there's just the odd error. And then you've got another error that you kind of had earlier where you need is in the sentence. So you said, I'm the only person that trying to do this. But you want to say, I'm the only person that is trying. So that is trying, right? So when we're using present continuous tense, we need the verb to be in there.
Yeah.
So I try to, I am trying to. So in this sentence, it's I'm the only person that is trying to. Okay. other things I would say, fluency is really good, pronunciation's really good, vocabulary, not really, only one mistake, good enough for 7, but if you wanted to get to 8, just spice it up a bit more. One of the things you could do is to prepare some adjectives for part 2 of the test. The first word's always describe. Okay, it's always describe. So describing requires adjectives. So, for instance, you might say your friend is an introvert, a shy person, or an extrovert, an outgoing person. Maybe she's an introvert, right? An introvert, is that right?
Yeah.
Do you know that? You know that word?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, and you might know a whole lot of words, and then the challenge becomes to use them in the test. So one of the things you can do is look at topics and then think what language can you use to like I said, to spice it up a bit. So adjectives, idiomatic expressions are good too. I'll talk about that a bit at the end. So you feel happy with her, you could say we always felt in high spirits when we're together.
Feel in high spirits.
Right.
Okay.
So the idiomatic expressions and adjectives can just spice up the part 2, and part 2's the best time to show vocabulary to the examiner.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that you could work on, and then you might get to 8. I know you only need 6.5, but why not challenge yourself and go for a higher grade? Okay, but on the whole, that's really good. That's well done. Okay, let's move on now to the part 3. Let's talk about friendships a bit more in general. First of all, how important is it for children to have friends?
I think it's vital for children to have friends. Not like they don't need to have a lot of friends, but they do need to have close friends. Because you know, besides family, friends are the like a really essential part of our lives. Not only children, but like adults. They can help us in like difficult situations, like we whenever like we got we gathered some stuck in studying, or even when we are in an accident, we can call our friends when the family is not available. And also friends can be the one that we share everything with. Like me, I am the one that I share everything with my friends, not my family. Like and I got 4 best friends, and that's the one of the most like the thing that I gratitude the most in this world.
All right, thank you. Just one little mistake there. You said when you are in an accident, you want to say when you are in trouble or when you have an accident.
Yeah.
So we get in trouble, but we have accidents. Okay. Okay, but it's just minor. Do you think it's better for teenagers to have lots of friends or just a few good close friends?
Like I already said, I think we should have just a few close friends. It's better. It's better than have lots of friends but don't really know each other. No, I know it's good. It's good to like have close friends too, and have a lot of like not close friends. But compared to things, I think it's better to have close friends, because you know, a lot of friends maybe will be around when we are in like good like in a when life is going good, but then when things are bad, they're not there anymore, and only the one that like really love you, really close to you, will be there for you.
All right, just a couple of little errors. At the start, you said it's better than have many friends. So better than having. It's better than having many friends. Right at the end, you said when life is going good. You want to say when life is going well.
I see.
Okay, so good's an adjective, well's an adverb, and there you've got going verb, so you want well, going well, so that you've got verb, adverb together. Okay, So when life is going well. All right, excellent. What might be some reasons why some teenagers don't have any friends?
Mm. So I think there's a couple of reasons that make some children, teenagers, don't have friends. First thing is they are shy, so they cannot express themselves in the public. Maybe like in person, they are really awesome. They are funny. They are crazy. But like when they meet someone like strange, they just like frozen, and like they cannot like be themselves. They act like really weird, and people just think that they are abnormal, but the thing is they just shy and not confident and not like feel comfortable in the public. So um the second reason, I think uh, it is because maybe the environment that they are in, it's like it's not good. Like when a student like they from a poor family maybe, and but they are in a luxurious school, and there are a lot of rich children. They just hang out together. They don't want to like get along well with other the poor besides. So it's possible, and I experience it too, because
Uh-huh.
yeah, so that's why.
All right, okay, thank you. You said make some teenagers don't have friends. You want to say make some teenagers not have friends.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Just say for me shy.
Shy.
Yeah, that's perfect, no problem. I just wanted to check that, that's all. Okay, what are some things parents can do to get their teenage children to socialize more?
Okay, so the first thing that I think parents can do to make their children more social is they can like bring them out more frequently. Like they can like allow them to like go to dance class so they can make friends. Okay, they can like permit them to learn some uh, social skills, like how to like speak in front of others, how to be in a team, in a community. And also they should build up their children's self-esteem so that they can be more confident about themselves and be themselves in front of others. So the second thing I think that parents could do is like be more friendly with the children's friends. Like whenever the children ask them to go out with friends, they should allow them to do that. And also when her peers, partners, their partner come to the children's home, they should be welcome and like be friendly. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, very good. I like self-esteem. That's high-level language. That's really good. The more you can get out language like that, the higher your score will go for vocabulary. Okay, do you think teenagers are influenced more by their peers or by their parents?
I think they are more influenced by their parents. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you know our parents are the one that like we have contact the most in our lives for the in our early age, like 18 years after they leaving for another third level education, for example. But with friends, they are just like they are of just few friends that stay that long with us. So usually friends just someone that we hang out for like if it's long maybe 1 or 2 years, but if it like short term maybe just like a semester when we are in the same class in school. So because of the time that we spend on parents are more than friends, so I think it's parents influence children more.
Mm-hmm. All right, very good. Just one minor pronunciation issue. With the word contact, the first syllable's big, con, and the second syllable, tact, is small, so it's like contact. But when you said it was like contact.
Okay. Contact.
Yeah, contact. Yeah, just very, very minor, but it's worth mentioning, right? Yeah. I think, okay, what I'm going to do now is give you some overall feedback and suggestions. Okay, so I think that like overall you should be able to get to at least 7 and maybe 7.5, and if things went well, maybe you'd even get to 8. Who knows? There aren't a lot of errors, so that's good. Okay, you got this. When it comes to fluency, I'm going to give you 7, but I think you could get to 8. And what's wrong with it is that word like. You use it a lot. You're using it as a filler. So it's probably, do you speak to your friends in English at the place you're studying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so it's a kind of common for young people to use that word like just when they're speaking, and it becomes a habit. I want you to try and get rid of the habit. When you're speaking to your friends, try and consciously stop doing it. And you'll notice them doing it. Notice them doing it, that's fine.
So what are the words that I can use to replace it?
I don't mean when we're talking, when we're expressing that we like something, that we're keen on something, that we're fond of something, that's fine to use the word like in that situation. But you're using it just as a, you're not using it in that sense. You're saying something like, I was feeling like really tired because like I'd been studying really hard, and my friend was like, well, I feel tired too. So we were both like, let's chill out and relax. So you're using it in that way. And I want you to try and stop all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bad habit, actually. A lot of older generations hate this, especially English teachers. They hate it. And most examiners have been English teachers. They hate this word because it gets overused. And the listener has to filter this word out. And then sometimes you are actually talking about, you're trying to express that you like something, that you're keen on something. And so this word like ends up like 5 times in the sentence, sometimes as a filler and sometimes to express keen. So it make a big, big difference to your English. Try and get rid of it. It's a bad habit. Okay. But try and do it when you're talking to your friends, and also practice for IELTS. Speak and record yourself and have a listen. It's a habit. It'll be hard to get out of the habit. Right? Once we got a bad habit, it's difficult to get rid of it. But it could make a difference of a band on your speaking test for fluency, right? And if you've got an old examiner that really, really has a thing about it, they could possibly give you 6. It's possible. But I'm giving you 7 because I do notice it, and I think it's not great. It's just like someone saying Some people say they're like, I got home, I was really tired, so I just sat on the sofa, and the listener has to keep filtering out the word Okay, pronunciation's really good, but I did notice that sometimes that word like is getting mispronounced, which sort of compounds the issue. So just be careful. So just say that for me, like.
Like.
Yep, and usually.
Usually.
And contact.
Contact.
Yeah, so I'd say you're 7, maybe 8 for pronunciation. Pronunciation is really, really good, and especially for Vietnamese. Vietnamese struggle with pronunciation. It's so different to your language. You're doing a really good job.
Pronunciation here, so that's why my pronunciation is good.
Yeah, your pronunciation is really, really good. It'll be noticeable to the examiner, and they'll be thinking about 8 because you've got excellent pronunciation. Vocabulary's good, and there's not too many mistakes, but I'd like to see, so I'm giving you 7, but if you could show me more language, and I know you know it, because I say words like peer to you, and if you say to me peer instead of friend, that helps boost. But you do have some, you've got self-esteem in there, and you had a couple of idiomatic expressions, you just want more, and you want to practice it. You want to practice looking at questions, thinking about what you'd say, and then thinking about what language you could use to impress the examiner.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think as an area you could get to 8 in as well. Grammar, there's not a lot wrong. There's sort of 2 things that I noticed, and I'm going to give you a 7, but it's really close to 8. I think you're very close to 8 for grammar. So what is it? It's that word is. You said job that related to English, job that is related to English.
Yeah.
And later, only person that trying, that is trying.
Like,
and then a couple of errors with past tense. Just 2 errors with past tense that I noticed.
when you said it, when you say it to me, I know that it's wrong, but like when I'm saying, I couldn't, like, yeah.
Right. Those are the only errors that I noticed that were repeated. There were a couple of other errors that only occurred once. Okay. So you could just review that, and it might be difficult to. I mean, you're not going to speak 100% accurately. You don't need to either. But if you didn't have any repeated errors, then you can get to 8. So I think it's quite possible that you would get to 8. So I would expect that if you took a test, you should get at least 7, and you might get 7.5, and you might get 8 even. It's possible. Yeah, and then in terms of improving, get rid of that word like, and just spice up the language a little bit. Those 2 things would have a huge impact and would mean that you're likely to get 7.5 or 8. Okay, now would you like to ask me any questions?
Let's say the structure of part 3, like do we need to have a really organized structure for part 3, or just talk?
I thought yours was pretty good. You were normally giving me 2 ideas, and you'd say something like first of all, and the second thing is that's fine to do that. Just using those linking words to sequence your ideas, the key. You might try and use a wider range of them, possibly. It might possibly have been a little bit repetitive. Use a wider range. So the first thing is you can say maybe the most important thing is, or something like that. Not only that, but also you can just mix up the linking words a little bit, but the key point is to use them, and you are using them, so that's good. Yeah. Did you have another question?
Yeah, I do. Like today, because the topic is quite familiar to me, so I do it well. I did well, but like with the topics, I have frequent. I'm saying like a lot of time.
Yeah.
I have frequent speaking time with my friends, and we do tests together.
Yeah, good.
There are some topics that I cannot talk much about, so sometimes it makes me feel like I cannot get a 7.
You should be able to get to 7. Do practice a wide range of topics, and remember that it's a speaking test, and you only have to produce language. If you get a topic you really don't like, start off by saying why you don't like the topic. That could be your first point. So let's say it's describe your favorite sports star, and you might sort of start off and say, well, gosh, this is a really difficult topic for me because I'm really not interested in sports at all, and to be honest, I don't really have a favorite sports person. However, if I really had to pick someone, I suppose that I could pick Michael Jordan, because and then you'd go on and say why that person might be the person that you would pick. So you could just start off by saying how difficult it is, and that would burn up a fair bit of time, and it also sets the examiner's expectations low. And then it's all about the planning. As long as you've got 3 or 4 ideas to follow up with, you'll be able to do okay. So with Michael Jordan, just have 3 reasons why you might pick him, maybe because of his talent, maybe because of his, I don't know really, but you could make stuff up. You could say he did a lot of charity work. Maybe, I don't know if he did or not, but you could make it up. So that might sort of help you a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you do a wide range of topics, practicing with your friends, that's going to help. And then the other point I'd make is, if that does occur in your test, don't panic. Focus on doing your best. Don't focus on, wow, this is too difficult. Just focus on, okay, I'm going to do my best. I don't like the topic, but I'll do my best.
Mhm. So that's all the questions I have. Yeah.
All right, very good. Excellent. Nice to talk with you today. Is it possible to talk with your teacher?
No, he's like go far away now.
That's okay. Were you going to have a second lesson with me? Is that right?
No, it's another student.
Another person. Okay. I'll just find out later when we're going to do that one. That's okay.
So yeah, thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes, nice to talk with you today. By the way, I'm going to fill out some written feedback and I'm going to send that to your teacher. Okay. Yeah. Just to help you. I send it through in about 20 minutes. Okay.
Okay. So
All
it's
right.
really nice to meet you.
Absolutely. Same here. And have a great evening over there.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye for now. Good luck for your test. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how to stop this now. But
and meeting.